Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Talk. The name is Kathia Davis. So happy to have you with me this afternoon. Oh my God, what happened to my voice? Anyways, today is October 7th, and I want to welcome those who are on YouTube, on Facebook, and on the WhatsApp line. It's Love 101 FM Jamaica on Facebook, Love 101 FM Jamaica on YouTube, and the WhatsApp line is 876-997-3125. So welcome everyone. All right, what's coming up in the show today? Quite a lot we want to talk about today. So I'm gonna be providing you with a sports update, and that's just where I just do random sports, general information about sports going on. Then we're gonna be looking at the tables as it relates to the schoolboy football, so both Manning Cup and Acosta Cup. Then later on, we're gonna talk about the JFF team selection for the upcoming games that they have on October 12 and 15. And then we're going to be looking at a situation that happened in the English Premier League last Saturday that's in relation to VAR. And we're going to be talking about technology. Um, is football really using the technology that's available to them, or they're just doing their own thing? But we'll talk about that. So more to come in the show. So that's what's coming up. So let's start as it relates to the sports update. All right. So for the sports update, now, first of all, I did not remember that, cricket World Cup. I don't know if it's because West Indies not a part of the cricket World Cup, but I didn't quite remember that the World Cup was going on until last night when I got in and I realized that World Cup is on. Cricket World Cup is on. So let me just give you in terms of the results that would have happened um, recently in the World Cup. But before I go to that, let me go to my first cricket topic, which is the West Indies women. Now, the West Indies women would have played a 3 series T20 with Australia. Lost, yes, but it wasn't a bad series. So we Australia won the first game, we won the second game, and Australia won the last game. And they have an upcoming 3 match ODI series coming up. But a stand-up performance by Captain Haley Matthews. So Australia had a 47-run victory in the T20 decider at the Allan Border Field on Thursday. So chasing 119 target for victory in Brisbane, Matthews blasted 79 from 40. And West Indies they were bundled out. The women were bundled out for 143 in 19.5 overs, chasing 191 to win. However, Matthews, she won the player of the series with her batting performance. So well done to Haley Matthews and the team, hoping that the next time we will have better results as it relates to the ODI series coming up. So the ODI series coming up, it will begin, I believe. Well, hold on. Right. So the ODI series begins this evening, actually, at 6:35 p.m. So that would be the first match in the series. The second match in the series is going to be on the 11th. And the third match in the series is going to be on the 13th. So that's it as it relates to West Indies women's cricket. So if you want to follow that, support our women as much as we support our men, especially since, as I mentioned before, the Cricket World Cup is going on and our men are not involved. So, right. As I said, I turned on the TV this morning and I saw the Cricket World Cup happening. And I was like quite surprised because I'm like, You know, I honestly, I guess because West Indies is not involved, I was like, okay. So I want to hear from you. Now that West Indies is not involved, who do you think is going to win the World Cup this year? I mean, I know persons love for the West Indies to be involved in the World Cup. However, we didn't do the job to qualify for the World Cup. Jackie Cook, good afternoon. We didn't do the job to qualify for the World Cup, so we're not in the World Cup. However, I love to hear your thoughts as to who do you think is going to win the World Cup. Um, and if know that West Indies is not a part of the World Cup, are you like me? You're just going to be following the scores, or are you actually going to be watching the matches? I think West Indies gives the World Cup a little excitement. So the fact that they're not really a part of it, I'm a bit bummed that that excitement is not really gonna come across. You know how West Indies have a way. If they win good, they win good. Or have a way of snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory, and also just making it entertainment, the dancing and everything, just the general entertainment that West Indies normally brings. I would love to see which team in this World Cup, seeing that the West Indies are absent, will bring that type of excitement to um to the World Cup this year. um Right. So I wonder which team we're cheering for, or if you're like me and you're just gonna be watching the scores and reading the commentary. But Jackie Cook said she doesn't know anything about cricket. Why, Jackie? You and I have to talk about that. But yes, if you want to dialogue with me throughout this hour, so Sports Talk is from 1 to 2. So it's 876-997-3125. Or you can follow us at Love 101 FM Jamaica, as I said earlier, on Facebook and on YouTube. What else is happening in the world of sports? I mean, this is pretty much football season across the board. So Manning and the Costa Cup games are going on. I know we had some issues as it relates to the rains earlier this week. So we had a bit of lightning situation. And so Issa had to move most of the games to starting at 11 and 1 o'clock to avoid the afternoon showers that would take place. So that was a good move from Issa to, well, that was actually after cries from some coaches who asked that the matches be played earlier so we could avoid the afternoon showers. So that was a good thing. If you're interested in the English Premier League, I can give you, that's a part of my update as well, what has happened since morning as it relates to the Premier League. Tottenham beat Luton 1 love. Tottenham ended with 10 players. Chelsea, that's my side, just in case anybody out there is wondering, beat Burnley 4-1. Bournemouth lost to Everton 3 love. Fulham won Sheffield United 3-1. Manchester United, for all the Manchester United fans, won this morning 2-1 against Brentford, and Crystal Palace and Forest, or is that Nottingham Forest? They're currently 0-0 after 81 minutes. If you're interested in basketball preseason, that's coming up. So tonight, the Golden State Warriors are going to be playing the Lakers, and going what's on for tomorrow as it relates to the English Premier League. So Brighton will play Liverpool. West Ham will play Newcastle, Wolves will play Aston Villa, and Arsenal will play Manchester City, which I think is going to be the match of the day as it relates to the English Premier League. For me, it's good to see Chelsea in 11th place. I really appreciate that. My club has been doing all sort of things except for winning matches. So we're not scoring, we're not conceding goals, but we're not winning matches. Saw statistics this morning, the statistic this morning to say that we have conceded the least amount of goals for the season, yet we are 11th in the table. Anyways, um, right. As I said, coming up in the show, we're gonna be talking about the schoolboy football. So I'll be going through Manning and the Costa Cup. So listen out for that. I'll be going through the tables and telling you exactly what teams have qualified so far for round two. And also we'll be talking about um VAR. Right. This Juliet Miller says Chelsea is also her team. Good side of London to be on, Juliet. Good side of London to be on. So there's lots more coming up in sports talk. So we'll be right back.
Chapel in Kingston, Jamaica comes alive on Saturday, October 7 for the 7th staging of the Sterling Gospel Music Awards, recognizing talent, rewarding excellence. Featuring live performances from DJ Nicholas, Kevin Heath, Prince Saj, John Mark Wigan, Chantal Smalling, Humble, Chris Campbell, and more. Red carpet, 6 p.m., showtime, 7 p.m. sharp. Dress code, black and white excellence. Get your tickets now at spuropen.com/sterling7. Adults, $3,000 pre-sold, $3,800 at the gate. Children, $1,500. Lap infants 2 years and under free. Be there.
My kids are growing up in a rapidly changing world. They amaze me every day with their curiosity and passion for wanting to create a better future for us all. The government is investing in Jamaicans through the STEM scholarship program. Now, my kids have the opportunity to pursue studies in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to get certified as STEM professionals. And yours can too. Find out more at www.mof.gov.jm/scholarships. Sign up for a STEM scholarship today.
The New Testament Church of God, in association with Kingdom Partners, invite you to a grand gospel crusade. Jesus is calling. What is your answer? Monday, October 9 through to Sunday, October 15, 6:30 each evening. With speakers, Pastor Donnie McClurkin, Bishop Rowan Edwards, Reverend Easton Thompson, Evangelist Arthur Grant, and more. It's at the Gregory Park, Main Road, Portmore, St. Catherine. And also come out for the Health Fair, Saturday, October 14, 9 a.m. at Cedar Grove Academy.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm Kathia. I keep on have to say that until persons get used to my name. Right. Welcome to those on Facebook and on YouTube. Good afternoon to my mom. She says she's watching on Facebook. Hi, mother. How are you? So if you want to watch me on Facebook or actually see me, it's Love 101 FM Jamaica on Facebook and Love 101 FM Jamaica on YouTube. You can send me a comment to let me know that you're listening. And if you want to connect with me via WhatsApp, it's 876-997-3125. And just in case you want to call me on any other topics, the number is 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on the family station, Love 101. All right. So back to what I was talking about earlier, schoolboy football. So yes, I promised an update as it relates to what's going on, where the point standings are, as it relates to the Manning and the Costa Cup. So it's time for the schoolboy football update. All right. So in Zone A, so I'm for time. I'm gonna go through the top two schools in each zone. The Manning Cup, not too many teams, but the Da Costa Cup has a few groups. So or have a has they have a it has a few zones. So let's see. Okay, so in Zone A, we have leading the group Kingston College. If you know anything about me, then you know that I'm a supporter of the purple. Right. So Kingston College leading group Zone A, sorry, on 18 points. And second in that group would be Calabar on 12 points. So, from what it seems, Calabar and Casey will go through from Zone A. So, right. So, it's the top two that goes through, and then I believe it's a second best, the third place teams. Right. So, best third place teams. All right. So, that's as it relates to Zone B. Zone A, sorry. Zone B, you have Tivoli leading the zone on 13 points and Jamaica College on 9 points. Now, if you trying to figure out like why the defending champions are on 9 points, remember last week we spoke about the ineligibility rule that was ruled against JC, so they would have lost 3 points there. Right. So just keeping you up to date with that. In Zone C, yes, Haley Selassie, they're on 18. They're leading the group on 18 points, and the second in the group, Eltham High School, they're on 12 points. In Zone D, you have St. Andrew Technical High School, and if you know, you know about my connections with that school. They're leading Group D on 21 points, and Excelsior, they're currently on fifth. Excelsior High School, they're currently on 15 points in that group. That group is pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that group is pretty close as but Bridgeport, the gap between Bridgeport and Excelsior is very small. So we'll continue to monitor that. Zone E, leaders in that group is Mona High on 15 points. And second place in that currently in that group is St. Catherine High School on 12 points. And Zone F is led by many time champion St. George's College on 15 points. Jose Marti currently on 12 points, but again a close group because in third place it's Campion College on 10 points. Zone G, Wilma's leads that group on 15 points. Second place in that group is St. Jago High School. And that's it as it relates to the Manning Cup. So we now switch to the Da Costa Cup. All right. So as I said, the Da Costa Cup has a few more groups because there are more teams outside of the corporate area and St. Catherine that play in the Da Costa Cup. So currently leading Zone A, it's Cornwall College. They're on 17 points. Second in that group is Irwin High School on 15 points. In Zone B, it's Froome Technical. They're leading the group on 18 points. Second in that group is the Russians, Rasis High School on 16 points. Zone C, Cedric Titus, they're leading that group on 19 points. Ocherias High, they're currently second in that group. But this group is very close as third in that group currently is York Castle on 14 points. Brownstone on 14 points and William Nib on 12 points. So there's a lot to play for in Zone C as it relates to advancing to the second round of the Da Costa Cup, that is. In Zone D is led by Manning's High School on 13 points. Second in that group is Black River on 10 points. Zone E is led by St. Elizabeth, Technical High School. They're currently on 19 points. Second in that group is BB Coke on 16 points. Manchester in Zone F, Manchester leads that group on 21 points. And Belair is second in that group on 18 points. In Zone G, another close group, Mile Gully leads that group on 15 points. Same as Christiana. Then third in that group is currently Belfield on 12 points. Homewood is on 10 points and Knox College on 10 points. So there's a lot to play for in Zone G as well as it relates to the Da Costa Cup. In Zone H, Clarendon College, they lead on 18 points. Edwin Allen currently on 15 points, second in that group. In Zone I, Taki leads on 17 points. And second in that group is Wycliffe Martin High on 14 points, but another close group as Horace Clark, they're third on 13 points. St. Mary High, they're fourth on 13 points. And Anota Bay High, they're fifth on 13 points. So again, another close group that we'll watch. Zone J, Dintil leads with 12 points, same as second place McGraw High on 12 points. Morant Bay leads Zone K on 12 points. Paul Bogle, second in that group, 9 points. Zone L, remember I told you that the Costa Cup has more teams because it's pretty much the schools outside of Kingston and St. Andrew and parts of St. Catherine, because that is what the Manning Cup would cover as urban areas. So Zone L, we are. Glenmuir leads that group on 15 points. Denby High, they're on 10 points. And Central, close to Denby. So another group that the second place will be close. So Central is on 9 points in that group. Zone M, Garvey Maceo leads on 16 points, second in that group. Veer Technical, and third in that group, Chem Sales. So another close group there. Zone N, see, I told you it was a lot. Happy Grove leads on 12 points, and Port Antonio is second in that group on 7 points. So we will continue to watch and see how the teams will progress for the Manning and the Costa Cup into the round 2 of the competition. There was a statement, though, that was released earlier today by the ISA. There's a press release that happened a few moments ago. Well, not a few moments, but a few hours ago, as it relates to the competition. And I'd love to share that with us, keeping you updated as to what is happening as I look for the press release. Right. So, press release from the ISA Digicel Manning Cup / Water Da Costa Cup competition. The Interschool Sports Association Disciplinary Committee met on Friday, October 6, 2023, to investigate the use of ineligible players by Innswood High School in the Manning Cup and Kellitts High School in the Da Costa Cup. The disciplinary committee found that both schools had used an ineligible player in their respective competitions. Based on the severity of the offense, the following rulings were made. Both Innswood and Kellitts High School have been suspended for the remainder of the 2023 Manning and Da Costa Cup competitions, respectively, with immediate effect. Both Innswood High and Kellitts have been barred from participating in the 2024 Manning and Da Costa Cup competitions. The suspension only applies to the Manning and Da Costa Cup competition. And it says ISA will continue its investigation into breaches committed by both schools where applicable, and the appropriate sanctions will be given out. So unfortunate for Innswood and Kellitts that have been barred, or rather suspended for the remainder of the season for the 2023 Manning and Da Costa Cup. And also they've been barred from participating in the 2024 competitions. And I can't stress enough that the teams, the coaches, management will have to do a better job. Have to do a better job at managing and ensuring that all the players listed are eligible players, so that teams don't run into this problem. This is probably the fourth, or would be third instance, but fourth team, the third and fourth teams to be sanctioned by ISA this season. This sanction carrying a disqualification from the remainder of the competition. We saw it happening to Hydel and Jamaica College just 2 weeks ago. So my plea is coaches, managers, technical staff on the teams, please ensure that the players listed on the roster that they're all eligible players to play in these competitions. The good thing about it is that they are only disqualified from the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup, which means that they can play in the other competitions, which would be the under 16 and under 14 competitions. So that was I'd say good ruling from ISA, because they could just have barred the school completely um from participating in terms of all ISA competitions as it relates to football. So it's good that the younger boys will get a chance as it relates to playing football for the remainder of the season. So yeah, that's it for the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup updates as it relates to the games. Well, just before I close off that, let's talk about the games that are coming up or that are going to be played today. All right, so today's games on in the Manning Cup, we're having Ascot versus St. Jago. There's Jose Marti versus Campion College, and that one will kick off right at the end of the show. There's Waterford versus St. George's College, which is currently going on. And there's Calabar versus Hydel, and that goes off at 3 p.m. today. All right, so that's it for as it relates to your ISA officially. ISA Manning and the Costa Cup competitions. We'll be right back after this break.
Heroes Weekend comes alive for Jamaica Family Fest. October 14 at Harmony Beach Park, Montego Bay, and October 16 at Hope Gardens, Kingston. Bring the kids for over 30 rides and games. Performances by Kevin Downswell, Elaine, Ching Ching, Lubert Levy, and more. Gates open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Admission free. Jamaica Family Fest is sponsored by Gospel Link Up, Harmony Beach Park, UDC, Jamaica Biscuit Company, Traxon Records, Nissan, Kia, Old MacDonald Farm, Love 101 FM.
Passion and Beauty in association with ICF and Monroe College presents Co-ed High School Conference 2023 at Monroe College on Saturday, October 7, 2023 from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Featuring Christian Teachers Forum, Fathers Forum, dance, drama, fashion show, and dynamic guest speakers Sean Graham, Dwayne Taylor, Ronaldo Ross, Andrew and Annette Norman, and gospel concert featuring Passion and Beauty praises Chevelle Stewart, Ariana White, David Sutton, Rayanne Davis. Admission is free. See you there.
And welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the Family Station, Love 101 FM. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've joined us on Facebook and YouTube, hello there. If you've joined us on a WhatsApp line, 876-997-3125. Hello to Sister Mahoney from Loidas Vale. And on the Facebook, hello to Andreen Montague, and to Lorraine Clark, Janet Brooks. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into Sports Talk today. All right, so on to our next topic. We'll be talking about the JFF selection of the squad as it relates to the Nations Cup, and that comes up on October 12 and 15, where we will be playing Grenada and Haiti. So let me start with the standings. So currently, as it relates to the CONCACAF Nations League, Jamaica leads the group. So we've played 2 matches. We've won 1 and we've drew 1, or we draw 1. All right. Um, and currently Grenada, they are currently six in the teams in the group. So they are, if they don't get out of sixth place, then they'll be relegated. And then Haiti, they're currently fourth in the group that we are, as it relates to the CONCACAF Nations League. Right. And Haiti so far has drawn their two matches that they've played so far. So let's talk about the selection. Again, if you'd like to participate and give me your thoughts, right, you can WhatsApp me at 997 or 876-997-3125. Or if you'd like to give me a call, I have no problem with that. You can call me at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. Or you can leave me a comment on Facebook and YouTube. DJ Rebirth, good afternoon. Apparently we have a lot of Lakers fans in the building. Right. Right. Okay. So let's go through the 23-man squad that the GFF would have put out. So let's just do some, well, I don't know how much analyzing we're gonna do, but we're gonna go through. So as it relates to goalkeepers, so Andre Blake, Kemar Foster, and Jamali Waite have been selected. Defenders, Javane Brown, Tavon Gray, Deshaun Bernard, Dexter Lemiskisa, Damian Lowe, Michael Hector, who gets a recall to the squad, um, George Lee, and Adrian Mariappa. In the midfield, you have Bobby D. Cardova Reed, or Bobby Reed as we call him, Daniel Johnson, Kevin Lambert, Joel Latibodair, Karoy Anderson, who is teammates with Michael Hector, and Demario Phillips. In the attacking, we have Michael Antonio, who has not played for Jamaica since we've had the World Cup qualifying. So that's good to see him in the lineup. Shamar Nicholson, Leon Bailey, Romario Williams, Ronaldo Cephas, and Demari Gray. Missing from the team, as it stands out to me now, would be, I think, Dijon Whisper Richards. But I know that as it relates to his birthday and coming up to get his deal signed at Chelsea, I don't know if that was taken into consideration when selecting this team. All right. So Kara Anderson and Michael Hector, they are from Charlton Athletics. So Michael Hector hasn't played in the team for a little while. So it's good to see that he is back in the squad. Kara Anderson, he's just 19. So, right. And he is London born, just in case you're trying to figure out. Casey Palmer, he's also, well, as it relates to who missed out now. So Casey Palmer, Amari Bell, they're both missing because of injuries. And then who missed out would have been Dujan Whisper Richards, as I said, Ethan Pinnock, and Kanoya Boyce Clark. Our last game against Grenada. So Jamaica's last game against Grenada was a friendly, which Jamaica won in 2018. And remember the last time Haiti was here, we saw the Jamaicans come back from being 2-0 down to drawing that game. And as I would have mentioned before, Jamaica are at the top of Group B in the Nations League with 4 points. And also, if we finish on top of the Group B, then we will either play Canada or Costa Rica in the quarterfinals in November. While if we finish second in the group, we'll either play USA, or Mexico or Mexico. Right. So, what are your thoughts? I mean, I'm a bit concerned actually because the last time I checked Aston Villa's roster, I don't believe I saw Leon Bailey. So, is it that Leon is going to be back for the Reggae Boys on the 12th? God, I mean, that's next week Thursday. I mean, trying to figure out figuring out what's the nature of his injury and if he's going to be back for that time. I mean, I will look at the, let me just see here. Um okay. Right, because he is not even on the starting lineup, or the possible starting lineup for Aston Villa tomorrow. And he's not even listed any at all. I mean, on Aston Villa. So I'm a bit concerned that Leon Bailey has been named and we have not seen anything from him in a few weeks. Now, the JFF also, okay, I would have mentioned that already. Um, Kanaya boys, well, Kanaya missed out because he, or will miss out because Reading FC, which he plays for, um, will play on Tuesday. Now, the Reggae Boys play on Thursday. So the coaching staff felt as if there was a short turnaround to get Kanaya um, pair to play the match against, that would be Grenada. So tell me, what are your thoughts on the 23-man squad named for Jamaica to face off with Grenada and Haiti? Are you satisfied with what you've seen? Did you expect did you expect somebody to be included that was not included? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let me hear. Let me hear them. Let me hear them. Um, of note, I think this team is okay. Um, I just really just think that the boys need to get more games together. It's good to see, as I said before, it's good to see Mikel Antonio back in the side. As I said, he has not played since we had our World Cup qualifying. I was wondering if, it was a case that he was only playing because he wanted to qualify for the World Cup. But it's good to see him back in the side. Right. I mean, other than that, I think it's a good squad. Um, I mean, I have so many thoughts, but I think it's a good squad. I think that the squad will get the job done. I think Coach Hallgrimson seems to be getting used to the culture. Or rather, not getting used to, but creating a Jamaican culture, which is very, very important because right now we don't really have a style of playing football. So it's hard sometimes, I know, for the coaching staff in general to try to take players, 23 players who only a few players really play together, know each other's style, to come and have that gel. So I think the direction of that coach Hallgrimson is taking now as it relates to creating a football culture. So not just starting with the Reggae Boys, but um being instrumental in speaking with the younger coaches, so the under 20s and the under 17s and the under 14s, to try to create a culture of football in Jamaica. So just as other countries like one that stands out to me, Belgium. Belgium did a real revamp some years ago, probably about a decade ago, as it relates to how they played football. And so, when you get to the national team, this is how the team plays. I think that will only work to the benefit of the Reggae Boys, as we look to climb up the standings, but not just climb up the standings, but also look to qualify for the next World Cup. Right? As it relates to the opposition, I mean, we've beat Grenada before, so I have no problem with that. I think we fought valiantly against Haiti, going 2-love down and then coming to draw the game. So there's always, that rivalry as it relates to Haiti. I think the boys just need to go out there and do what they are instructed to do. As I said, looking to see if we'll actually see Leon Bailey, because the last time I checked, he was injured. Not sure the seriousness of the injury, but he has not been playing for Aston Villa, which means that it is serious enough for him not to even make the starting 11 or the squad itself. I think JFF, I mean, there's so many thoughts, but let's see. Let's see. I'm hoping that the they will stick with whole Coach Hallgrimson. I think his plans that he's putting into place, not just for, as I said, the senior team, but the teams across, the younger teams. I hope this plan will work. And as I said, Jamaica can only benefit from having a coach who has the visionary to understand that those who are here now are not here for long, and that there are players coming up. So we need to also continue to look at our options. I know many persons are still on the fence as it relates to whether or not we are importing or using too many foreign players, or advertising for foreign players. I saw an article this morning about possible having Mason Greenwood, I believe, in the setup. I mean, there are pros and cons of having the English players being included in the squad. I don't think that we would have, or right now, I don't think it's creating any disadvantage as it stands right now. Um, but we will continue to see, because I mean, a lot of persons are looking to have more local players included in the setup. So, I mean, we'll see what will happen as it relates to the future. We're always trying to, or strike the balance, I would say, as it relates to having the overseas players and the local players meshing together and making it work. I think we currently have a good crop as it relates to the senior team. I think the men have been working hard, and I think JFF needs to just find some time or find the resources to allow the players to play together more. And of course, as I said, Coach Hallgrimson developing a system, a football system or Jamaica way of playing, will definitely help the team. Right. So that's it as it relates to my thoughts, as it relates to the 23 man squad that has been created, or 23 player squad that has been created for the two upcoming matches. So and of course, as it relates to the Nations Cup, these matches are very crucial as it helps us in our quest to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, which, if you know anything about the 2026 World Cup, it's going to be on this side of the world. So definitely looking forward to that. So that's it as it relates to the JFF 23 man member squad for the upcoming games. The games, again, they're against Grenada and Haiti, and they will be on October 12th, which is Thursday, right? October 12th, which would be Thursday, and October 15th, which would be Sunday. So the next time we talk on Sports Talk, we would have already gone through the Jamaica versus Grenada game. So we're looking forward to that discussion. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
As our family family grows, our home internet needs have grown too.
And now, with Flow's fiber fast internet and smart Wi-Fi coverage, we're always connected in any room at home.
With Yacht and Road Plus, get gig speed, fiber fast internet, smart Wi-Fi, plus unlimited mobile on the go. All for the special offer of only $6,999 plus GCT a month. Fiber fast internet and smart Wi-Fi coverage inspired by you. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Get ready for an inspiring time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer, this Monday, October 9. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the feature Becoming You. Grab your cup of coffee and we'll start the day right with the Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Then cruise with Love on Your Radio at 7 a.m. inside Drive Time Jammings with great music to lift your day. This week, inside Being Jamaican, we discuss 5 signs you attended school in Jamaica from 1990 to 1999. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And at 8:30 a.m. inside The Healthy Way, we discuss breast cancer survivors, managing treatment, side effects. 9:30 a.m. is Something More, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center. So stick and stay with us, the man. This Pick Me Up Monday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101. Celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
He is a JP, the senior pastor of the Waltham Park New Testament Church of God, chaplain at the University of the West Indies and University of Technology. He's a dad, husband, uncle, and brother. But him never born with all of that. So, we're sitting him down and learning about his childhood, passions, his mistakes, and triumphs. This Monday on Family Time, join host Roland Gale and guest Reverend Dr. Stevenson Samuels as they discuss the topic Personality in Christendom. Reverend Dr. Stevenson Samuels. That's Family Time, Monday, October 9 at 5:30 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. While we are celebrating our national heroes this month, let's examine some heroes of the Bible, starting with Esther, formerly known as Hadassah. She has a whole book named after her. Who is she, and what did she do to deserve such an honor? Tuesday, October 10, on The Rock, join host Bishop Harold Steve Blair and guests Reverend Albert Martin and Michael Diamond as they discuss the topic Esther, a heroine. That's The Rock, Tuesday, October 10 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101.
As our family grows, our home internet needs have grown too.
And now, with Flow's fiber fast internet and smart Wi-Fi coverage, we're always connected in any room at home.
With Yacht and Road Plus, get gig speed, fiber fast internet, smart Wi-Fi, plus unlimited mobile on the go. All for the special offer of only $6,999 plus GCT a month. Fiber fast internet and smart Wi-Fi coverage inspired by you. Visit a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
All right, good afternoon again. It's now 1:49, just about 1:50 right here on the family station, Love 101. You are tuned into Sports Talk. Thank you for joining, Ivande Thompson. Thank you for joining. And of course, if you want to speak to me, 876-997-3125, send me a WhatsApp. And if you're listening on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for joining Sports Talk today. All right. So now to a topic that has, boy, I've taken off my glasses for this one because this topic has caused quite a stir over the weekend as it relates to the English Premier League. But before I go to the actual VAR situation, I'd love to know from those listening, Well, I have a few thoughts as it relates to football and technology. So let me go to that first. So there are other sports that we know that exist. Tennis comes to mind as it relates to using technology. Yes, there is still an umpire in tennis, but most of the calls are done electronically in terms of when the ball is going outside. That's ball tracking technology that they use. Another sport that stands out to me is cricket. Also use ball tracking technology as it relates to whether, well, ball tracking, right, ball tracking as, or a review process I should say, as it relates to cricket, because either appealing for a catch in terms of caught behind, so touching on the bat, or for a leg before wicket, so LBW. um and people, I already hear people saying in cricket it seems to be so long, but let me tell you something. In cricket, I've yet to see a review go to the umpire, the third umpire, TV umpire, and it comes back and the decision is incorrect or not clear. So is with that I segue into what happened last week Saturday with Liverpool versus Tottenham. Now, I know a lot of persons are very upset, but let me just start by saying on this matter, I am grateful, thankful that the federation would have come out very quickly and just said there was an error that was made and we are going to look into it. Not only are we going to look into it, but the referee who made the decision, we're also going to take him off duty. Very important. So let's lead the conversation with that. But as to what had happened with the match, I've probably, between yesterday, because in preparing for the show, between yesterday and today, I probably played that clip a few times just to see if I could, pick out and try to, understand exactly what happened. So let's start with that there was just zero to no. It's just a miscommunication. Because it, like, sir, like I'm just saying, how did we get to the point of check it for an offside to, like, everything just kind of spiral down the line. But I think one of the important things as it relates to this, and my friend kind of pointed my attention to it. So when I was watching the clips, I was more in tune to what was happening, and in terms of, I was looking up for this particular thing. But my friend my friend said to me that he realized, like, when you watch the clip, you'll see that the decision was fast, like it was quick, like they came back very, 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 very quickly. And I'm saying, like, it's just um it's just unfortunate for the teams involved. I've heard the conversations about replaying the match. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the points that is gonna stand as it is. For unfortunate for Liverpool in this situation. But let's talk about the technology part, because that is where I want to go to. Outside of last week Saturday, because the English Premier League and you can fact check me, is one of the most watched leagues in the entire world as it relates to football. Why it is that they're not using the VAR technology as was used in terms of the level it was used at the World Cup is beyond me. And I don't think it's an issue as it relates to not having the funds, because I've heard arguments that, maybe them can't afford the technology. I've heard also the arguments of referees just can't follow instruction. And there are like so many things that are at play here. But I'm saying the English Premier League is one of the richest leagues in the world. How it is that you can't just the technology can't just be advanced. I mean, cricket is watched, but it's not well watched. Tennis is a rich sport, but it's not well watched globally. Football is a globally watched sport. And so I am of the view that more should be put into the resources, the technology, as it relates to VAR. Like, yes, will it limit in terms of the input of the referees? Yes, but will it allow the referee to make the right decisions? It definitely will. And then we will not have situations like what we had last week Saturday as it relates to Liverpool versus Tottenham. I think the biggest issue here is football just not, the technology is just not there for football. And I don't think that the powers that be as it relates to football would want the technology to be there. And it is beyond me, because so many sports across the world have moved to this technology age, and it has worked out for them. In cricket, it has worked out. Right now, I can't tell the last time there was an incorrect call by an umpire, or a call not overturned by the third umpire, or the video. Like, it's been a while since the technology has been introduced. You can clearly see the different steps being taken. In tennis, the same thing. When you used to try to wait on somebody to see if the ball is out, by the time the ball tracking is finished, you see it instantly if the ball, how close. In tennis, it's even I would say more advanced, because you can tell whether it's 2 centimeters or 3 centimeters out or in. Why football has not moved into that direction? Somebody will have to explain to me, because I really don't know. Will the referees, and I hear arguments of saying, will the referees will they still be relevant? Yes, because you still have to have the physical, but at least if you have the technology to rely on, as I said, the decisions will become clearer. The error proportions would be less, because the technology will be helping us along. So football, EPL, get with it, please. Get just whatever investment needs to be made. I see a lot of other investment going on as it relates to be able to track players and telling heartbeat and the distance they travel, but we're not investing in football. Hello, get with it. Please, I beg, just get with it, because a situation like last week Saturday should never have happened. But that's it for Sports Talk this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to those who joined me on the WhatsApp line. Thanks to those who also joined me on Facebook and on YouTube. Until next week, this is Kathia signing out from Sports Talk.